breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Now drop, now drop, now drop, now drop.
You ever watch Charlie Brown, Peanuts?
Yeah.
Y'all ever realize that the girl was called Sir?
I haven't watched that in years.
Same.
So Peppermint Patty was called Sir by, was it her lesbian girlfriend?
I have no idea what
Wow,
you're
you're,
talking
diving. You're doing a deep dive. You have a lot of thoughts going on. Let me just do what I do and go on my phone. Yeah, I'm going to be on my phone. Is that okay?
No, seriously.
Okay.
They've been watching this shit a lot lately. And I was just watching this one episode. They was going to the movies and hockey games and they kept saying friends, but I was like, this is a relationship. Because she was like, I don't want to go to the movies with you because you just go to sleep. I don't want to go to the opera with you because it's boring. But these are two females. And one of them called the other Sir.
Okay, so I just Googled it, and so sheknows.com says, though it's unclear exactly why Marcy calls Peppermint Patty Sir, it may have started as a reaction to Peppermint Patty's strong, sometimes bossy personality, or due to Marcy's poor eyesight. Though the nickname did seem to irritate her for a while, Peppermint Patty seemed okay with it in the new movie. Well, like when you actually look at Peppermint, I'm gonna show you a picture.
Okay.
She does give me
lesbian.
She's giving
lesbian.
that.
You can say it.
That's what I'm giving. That's what she's giving. Even like in this picture when they
don't.
You know, I don't have the connection that y'all have, so I'm just hitting different for me.
I guess because my thing was what I thought about is because Peanuts, like Charlie Brown, has been around forever.
It's been one of those things like it's like because it's been around forever. It just was on the TV, but I never was like really paying attention to the dialogue and like listening to the.
And she played baseball.
The plot in any of the stories.
Actually like
she was Butch. Excuse me.
She was.
You never watched like the Christmas specials or nothing?
I couldn't tell you about
the Great Pumpkin.
Well, he's able to recap because he's watching it in present time. Yeah, that's why I'm like, don't get offended. Like, I don't have anything to say either, but.
Excuse me. Well, fuck y'all.
Wait, no. But okay, I don't know logotv.com. You guys, I just
Googled it. Of course they adopted it. Of course Logo would adopt it.
Peppermint Patty isn't a lesbian, but she was still an extraordinary, even revolutionary character when she was introduced to the strip in 1966. A proud and unapologetic tomboy who wears pants and sandals rather than a dress.
Like we talk about logos.
Who is apparently the best athlete in town, male or female.
What'd you say, Gigi?
Oh, she had a crush on Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown turned out.
So maybe bisexual, maybe pansexual, depending on the era that she would have grown up in now. Like, how would we have seen her? Is there a current movie with Charlie Brown right now?
Yeah, there's actually a whole series on Apple TV. Shout out to Apple TV. They got good
I have. I've been realized I paid for it because I was gonna do like the trial because I wanted to watch something. Then like I forgot. Then they charged me, and I was like, you know what? I should watch something.
Apple TV got mad good shit. But can I tell you one more epiphany that I had this week? When Adam and Eve, right, committed the first sin, right? Man's punishment was he now sees nakedness, right? Now everybody, you cannot just walk around, right? And a female's punishment was...
I don't think that was necessarily a punishment, though.
Can I be ignorant for a second?
Okay.
And a female's punishment was... It's going to hurt when you have babies.
That's biblically inaccurate.
Can I be ignorant? Man, fuck, let's just start it. Y'all whack.
Yeah,
niggas can't even be ignorant no more. Why you get so serious?
I was with you.
I'll
But
shall
then
follow you.
Yeah, and then you lost me.
Ignorant niggas. Oh, I'm the only ignorant one.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's alright. I'm gonna be ignorant. You wanna know why?
Why?
Because I wanna be.
Hey, yeah.
And we're gonna start with some banter. The banter.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have faith.
Oh shit.
We all have.
Banter question for today.
How do you like it? How do you like it?
Damn.
We got a banter question. The banter question.
Greg.
We got a banter question.
Greg's been on cloud
Y'all
9.
banter
Yo.
something.
No.
7, 8.
Won't y'all
For 3
banter
or 2.
something?
Maybe cloud 1.
Oof. Oof.
Just say one.
So you came into.
I had my topic ready, did not have the banter ready. That's crazy.
You know, bantering is something that we've all grown accustomed to. So when
when
it's
you
like,
don't do it,
you
like
know,
what are you
kinda-
doing?
I know.
So what has been
What's up with you,
preoccupying your
man?
time?
Whoa, this is not what this is about to turn
Yeah,
into.
actually, at this point, if you can't even think of a banter, obviously there's something that you are.
What's on
doing
your
that you
mind,
can-
man?
Oh, what's filling up your free time, Greg?
Nothing. Just
Oh.
don't have a banter question.
and
I
and
lost
then
my
you're
book.
telling me right now
Yeah.
you're looking for a banter question.
Yeah,
As
nothing.
the
on
one
the
of the
fly.
most productive men in the world.
Nothing is coming
Greg,
up.
not even just in the city. One of the most productive men in the world that I know. You're telling me that you are just not thinking of a banter?
No banter question.
I got one. This will be a good
That's-
one. Nah, that's too deep.
Okay, so you still don't have a banter question.
Woo! Okay.
That's invigorating.
Yo, fuck y'all. I swear.
I feel like hey, guess what? Hey,
Chicken
to the
butt.
people that are paying attention, yes, Greg is on his phone looking.
Right now, he's actually looking for the banter question. You know, he said banter,
Yeah.
Banter.
Banter.
and then he just started talking about some
Yeah.
random
Woo.
topic. Right now, he's looking for.
I'm
that-
looking for
that-
something,
that
y'all.
topic.
I'm looking.
Well,
Banter. Talk about how great I am. There we go.
Well,
I think we have to do that every
you wrote
week.
that down.
No.
Great.
I do want somebody to tell me how great I am, though.
Greg, I used to do that. You don't even accept my compliments, so I stopped doing
Because
it.
I don't want you to. But now I do. So go ahead.
No. No. That's on record and it's recorded.
I heard that.
And I just want to let you know that he knows that I have, and he never accepted it to the point where I've stopped. So
Yeah, you did actually say something about not liking to take compliments.
I don't. It's really
But you
hard for
often
me
say,
to do.
but you often say
compliment
things
me.
like that. Like
Absolutely. I could be very complimentary of myself easily. It's hard for me to
tell
take it from
people
others.
to.
No, I can't tell nobody to do it either. Like, if you
You
want,
just did.
I said it as a joke. If you want to start doing it, I'll be like, stop. That shit is awkward to me. Being the center of attention like that? Nah. Okay. Banter.
Banter.
What is your strangest hidden talent? And that's actually a pretty good one. Let's go. It's alright. We come back on these hoes. Strangest, weirdest talent.
Oh. I don't want to say it
Why?
because it's pretty strange.
That's the point of the question.
It's not strange enough for me to disclose. I say that.
Wow.
I don't have. I'm
What is
trying
this?
to
Just a
think of-
conversation or just a secret?
It's like no,
Trash.
it's not a secret, but it's not something I want to just like say On the camera.
What's yours, Greg? Maybe you can start us off and give us like the type of time that you on today, because you weren't on.
Strangest, weirdest talent.
See, the fact that you're really thinking about this.
It's like, what are you supposed to say?
Are you thinking about this?
I'm thinking about it.
Do you have anything like
that's like popping into my
the top
head?
Of course, everybody thought of something already. You just don't know if that should be the first thing you say. Stop lying.
I ain't lie. I straight up said. I didn't lie.
You said it?
No, I did not say it. However, what I did say was I wouldn't want to disclose it on camera.
I don't know. Well, yeah. Great question. Great banter.
But did you think about
The
something?
weird things. Talents.
You just now said that automatically everybody thought of something. Now you sitting here sitting there acting like you pondering.
No,
like,
because I really am. Because I haven't thought of nothing yet, and I really want it to be something good.
Yeah,
but you just said you thought of it. You said everybody thought of something. Oh, the
I
first time.
I definitely did say that, but I really didn't think of it.
This is not.
Because I thought she had something already.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Why would you think that I do weird shit?
Because we all do weird shit.
Can I tell you that my friend actually hit me up the other night, and she was just like, "Hey, Gigi, I was just wondering, do you know any BDSM places?"
What's that?
Got it. I know what my weird talent is.
What is that?
BDSM?
Bondage. What is it?
I'm gonna, cause I have the words. I'm a little lit. I'm gonna give it to you. But basically, it's yes,
It's a
it's like a kink. Hold it, please. I don't want to be
Places?
ignorant.
What does she mean by places?
Place to buy stuff or a place to go be pleasured?
Like similar to places that you may have been that you
Got it.
Yeah.
She wanted to go be pleasured.
No,
Why would
she
you
wanted to
think that you
watch.
know?
That's what I said.
She wanted to watch?
Yeah, like
Why
just
would
be
she
curious.
think you should reevaluate yourself?
Me? Why? Why do you say that?
Because if a friend think that you know where that is, that means that they think something of you.
I think that people understand that I'm very in tune with my sexuality, and I am in different circles with people that do different things.
Gigi,
because
I
I'm not
would
judgmental.
never ask you, do you know a place like that?
That's not true. You asked me other
I've
things.
asked you other questions,
And
but
so
I
it's
would
still-
never ask you that kind of question.
I thought that was hilarious, but like I was saying, is that like even with the question that you may have ever proposed to me, is I still knew somebody that did it. So it wasn't even me. Think about it. So even if we had those conversations, we had anything, any type of conversation, it wasn't even me. It was the people that I knew that got in contact with. So it's people asking me is not always saying like, hey, it's you. Hey, I know that you may know these people in these lifestyles and these facets of life. Which that's why we spoke, right?
No.
Okay. Well, I think that's that's relative to say the least, but we are on camera, so allegedly. But BDSM stands for bondage and discipline, dominance and submission, sadism and masochism.
That's mad letters.
Yes. And it definitely brushes upon different variations of sexuality and kink. And I just think that I wasn't offended when they asked me that. I think that anybody asking me about sex, like I even think about, you're on camera. What are you saying?
They tie your balls and dick together and squeeze.
No, that's a part of it. You can choose to do that. That doesn't have to be that.
For real? I thought that was part of it.
No, there's different levels of it. Like sometimes being a submissive can be something that can be psychological. Like some people don't even want you to actually have sex with them. Some people just want you to tell them what to do from their day to day. There's some people that literally want to just be talked down to from their day to day. There's different ways to get off it outside of actual being sexual with people when it comes to the BDSM lifestyle. Like it's not always sex. It's psychological. It's emotional. It's physical. It's different.
Got it.
So what are you saying? We're here now, Greg.
You played System Fantasies before?
Absolutely. I've had my own and I've played into them. I'm starting to realize that my life, low key, is like, I've been having like movie moments. I love it. I'm loving it. Like,
You care to share?
No.
Okay.
Well, yeah, okay. I'll give you like an example. Like, okay, so like, this morning, like I woke up with my person. Watch your mouth, Gigi.
Can we clip that, please?
I woke up with an individual, and we happened to just like fall asleep, so we weren't able to like really entertain each other. But it was cool. Like I was planning on leaving and like kind of going about my day, but this individual like got ready, went to work, but came back and did all the things that I needed them to do, and just went into work just a little bit late. Not like horribly late, but just to, and it felt so good. It was like, you ever had somebody just be like, I'm about to just come back, let me hit it, and I'm gonna go to work. It's amazing. No? You don't?
I was at a movie moment.
Because you're already on your way to work. There's not a lot of people that would physically be on their way to work, turn around and go back home just to have sex when you could have sex with this individual at any point in time. Like, it's a day. What?
Done it many times.
Yeah, but your job is different, Greg. You're not.
A job is a job. So now the job now is dependent on the job.
Well, no, Greg, but don't second guess my shit because you don't have moments like me. That shit was phenomenal.
I'm sorry, I won't talk about you and your person. So, my
Whatever,
weird
Greg.
talent, I can literally find porn on Twitter
That's disgusting.
from anybody's account.
Okay.
I don't even know if that's a talent or just.
I think that's a talent.
I think that's just dedication to find that shit on somebody's page.
That's relative. So what's your weird talent?
Oh no! I have another one. I can like flip my lips and make them stay like that. I'm not doing it. I'm definitely not doing it.
You mean the?
You know how monkeys
Wow.
like?
Can you show us?
No, I'm not.
Please.
Come
No.
on. We're doing a whole visual pod.
We're in a safe space.
And you're not gonna do it?
It's like 3 people that see us. Like no one.
Wow, bro.
Yo, I'm not doing it. Huh?
Dang, just a secret with Greg.
I haven't
Mr.
like
Money,
really
Gigi.
done that since like seventh grade, but I know I can do it for sure.
Do it then.
Nah.
We can black it out.
I don't believe you.
As long as you do it.
Nah. Yeah, man. Keep it pushing. Love you. That's
That nigga said keep it pushing.
My weird talent is that I think I have a high sense of emotional intelligence. I think I'm able to. What is wrong with you, Greg?
That's a weird talent.
That's not a weird talent?
No, there ain't no damn weird talent.
Why is it not weird?
Why is it weird to you?
Because everybody don't have it.
What? A high sense of emotional intelligence? What's
Yeah.
a high sense of emotional intelligence?
That I could have told you that you didn't believe what I said when I looked at you without even you having to say
That's
any
anybody.
words.
He could have picked that up just by looking at me too.
But he's not.
Clearly. Shots fired.
Okay, so something else that's weird. I think that weird.
You perfect?
No, I'm not.
All your talents are normal?
No, I don't know what's weird.
All of your talents are normal?
All of my I don't like when you talk to me like that, Greg. All of
That's
my
your weird
talents are
talent.
normal.
Thinking Greg is always
But didn't you
against
say you had something
No,
initially
that's not
when
always.
you
It's
said
just
that?
most of the time. What
Didn't you say you had something initially when you said that?
No, I had nothing when he said like weird
Why?
talent. I'm good at listening to people. I
It's
can
not weird.
okay. I don't have.
Having communication skills is weird.
I don't know. Okay. But damn. You have what? What is yours?
I can find.
Okay. Porn on Twitter, and you were the lip
What's
thing.
on my lips?
Yeah. Okay. Mine is.
You already just
That's
said
not
it.
it. No.
You just don't want to say it, right? That's what it is.
No, it's not even a
You
weird.
started
Because
saying,
I'm
like,
trying
nah,
to think
I
of
ain't
what.
gonna
If
say
you
that.
don't think what I'm trying to say, the emotional intelligence is weird. I'm trying to think about like the other thing.
Why
that's
do you
like,
think that's weird?
I don't think everybody has. I don't know.
Whether everybody has it or not.
Doesn't make it
that's
weird. All right.
More like a commodity. But
I understand what you're saying. I'm really trash right now. Do you think I have any weird talents?
I don't know you.
I can't wait till I 10 years from now and I listen to these episodes. What? Oh, I never. Oh, no, that's not talent.
What?
I said that wasn't a talent. My weird talent is I'm able to make a best friend anywhere I go.
I think that's very weird. There you go. Now we're on to something. The fact that you can make a best friend is crazy.
Yeah.
That's white.
Well, like I'm able to. When I meet people, I don't know. I don't want to say that they want to take me home because they don't always want to just take me home. But like, I built a sense of rapport with them where they feel like they want to interact or see me again. Like, I'll get phone numbers. I'll get things that I don't really think that sometimes just having a full-blown exchange with someone doesn't always warrant a text message or a phone call because it was just a good conversation. But I find myself always meeting someone and kind of leaving with a number. Even if it's just even if it's the same sex. It's not always just the opposite sex. It's usually the same sex too, but I could always end up leaving like with the
You ever go somewhere with her? Yeah.
Yeah, but you haven't seen me. No, because we're usually secluded. He hasn't seen me with other people.
It's absolutely annoying. I don't like talking to random people when she does.
I talk to people all the time.
so why is it annoying for you?
Yeah.
Because I have to sit there and wait.
Sometimes it's not just me. Sometimes they come like to me and we're talking now. It's not just I'm not always proactively talking to them.
There's ways you could easily shut down a conversation before it starts. You know, yo, you really like those ships too? Yeah, they're pretty good. All right. Gigi goes, yeah, that's so amazing. What do you like about them?
Yeah.
No. I don't go to the grocery store for a conversation. I go for groceries.
I go for groceries too, but my idea is that just like I'm able to speak to the crowds and I want to be able to speak to people in general. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I think sometimes, I think this is how I kind of see it, Greg, and this is how I've been proactive with even talking to strangers is that we never know what's going on in someone's lives. And sometimes just having a conversation with someone telling you to have a great day, or you just having a conversation that allowed you to see perspective because someone told you their story randomly and you're just like, believe it or not, their story, even though it had nothing to do with you, gave you let me finish my thought, Greg. Gave you a perspective. It's like, and sometimes it's really just about, just exchanging energy with somebody. And so I don't see a problem with it. I think sometimes having conversations and letting someone know that they're here can save lives too.
That's good for you. Why did you roll your eyes at me? That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a level of care that I don't have for people. You care. I don't.
The
Shout
thing
outs
is
to you.
that it's not even okay. Yeah.
That is definitely a caring thing.
Okay.
Shout outs to you. I could care. That's me. It's okay, people. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Now what? You're wrong. Gist of this conversation is that I'm right and y'all wrong.
I'm not in denial.
Allow that shit to
multiplied.
That was a new flavor to it. Welcome to Convo 84 of Just a Conversation with Greg, Mr. Rent Money, and Gigi. I am the person that talks first. I am Greg, and I'm joined by my brother, Mr. Rent Money. Mr. Rent Money, how's it going? How's your week? How you feeling?
My week was good, man.
You sure? That's not what your voice sounds like.
My week was good. No, I just yawned. But my week was good. I've been like very conscious about holding myself accountable for like things that I want to do for myself.
I love that.
That's dope.
Yeah, so this week I don't know what was the reason why this week in particular, I had a poof, epiphany.
Oh.
Yeah, so this week was very, very good. It was interesting. I did a lot of assessing. Is that the right word? Self-assessing, and just analyzing myself throughout the day and evaluating. That's what I was saying. Evaluating my actions throughout the day. Yeah. So all in a nutshell, to make a long story.
Shorter.
Yeah, shorter. I didn't want to say anything that could have sounded too crazy, but yeah, my week was great.
You would have said short story longer.
Yeah, I'd rather let you say it.
I'm happy. I'm happy you had a great week.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sure.
And we joined by our sister Gigi. Gigi, how's it going?
Gigi.
Hi, everyone.
How you doing, Gigi?
I forgot that I were like being recorded. Okay. I forgot that there's times where like I'm so lost in the sound that I forget that we're actually being recorded. But it's interesting because at some points in the conversation, I was actually like proactively like, looking this way, but right when I was talking, that's neither here or there. Hi everyone. My week, I feel like this week went by pretty fast. Faster than anticipated. I blinked. I said, it's Friday. Like, okay. Last week was dope in itself. Again, I got to see my guys, which I think like every time it's just, I manifest these things where I'm like, I want to spend time with you guys. And look at that. I'm emotional intelligence. You see my face? Do you see? I don't know why you think that's
Prime example.
like, what do you want me to do when you look at me like that? And I'm looking at you.
I feel like if I don't look at you with nothing but a smile, you think something is wrong.
No, Greg. When you look at me like,
I can look at you like this, and you'll be like, "You mad at me?"
No.
I can look at you like this. Something is off.
What's really wrong with you?
There's something wrong with him. God don't like ugly. God did.
Did he hate you?
God did.
What you said?
They didn't believe in us.
Greg.
God
How
did.
you want- if you girl,
I'm a woman.
woman,
You just keep that over there, Greg.
maybe you got heightened emotions.
They didn't
After
want to
what you
give us
just
the
said,
keys to the doors.
don't-
You never heard that joke before?
Yeah, Greg, but you don't gotta say it.
Anywho.
God did.
My week in itself was pretty good. I don't like when you mess with my energy, Greg, when I be recording because it's not great. But this week went by pretty fast. However, I felt like a lot of things have happened that got me a nice little increase. So life is looking a little up. So shout outs to my company because y'all knew. y'all knew what time it was, and they have like this plan for me where they have like proactively kind of let me know that they have greatness, and I like when I know that I have plans for myself, but when a company is investing in you too at the same time, like I think that's dope. So like I even look to you, Greg, when I like you, that I see that with you, and I think that's really amazing. What else? So I saw you guys this past weekend. This weekend coming up, I'm going to be a little family oriented, but I am going to see you guys as well, which is going to be exciting as well. And then I don't know, like career wise, podcasting wise, me working on my podcast, even a little bit of what's going on with me and like other outside of facets of my life is just really in a great place where I've seen that if I stay consistent and aware and accountable, just like you said, that I see the greatness in what I'm working towards. So, Greg, how was your week?
My week was pretty good. Yeah, nothing really happened. It was pretty normal week.
No, Greg, you got your service back.
Oh, dang! You gotta let everybody know that you had no internet. Yo, having no internet is like having.
Greg,
like
you
an
told
apocalypse.
the podcast you didn't have.
Maybe they didn't remember. It's okay.
He just be wanting to argue with me. He just be wanting to argue with me on purpose. Like, I literally could say that the sky is blue. He gonna tell me it's red just because, y'all.
Absolutely.
Just because.
It's called content. But, yo, yeah, I didn't have... Yo, Verizon, y'all need to fix that next time. Y'all need to have some kind of backup plan. 6 days with no internet.
It wasn't just Verizon.
For real? You ain't have internet either?
Xfinity was messed up too.
Yo, that junk didn't feel right. It felt like the apocalypse.
I don't know where y'all was at, but I was wherever I was at.
Nah.
I was good. Shout outs to the areas.
I was literally only rocking with my phone data.
Me too. And then my phone data was like,
yeah. When it tells you that, and then you see how life is different without data or Wi-Fi, you're just like, this life does not make sense.
But no.
Remember when data was just data?
now you cooking.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, there was a time when it was unlimited data.
Like that was part of your plan.
But
unlimited
that was
text messaging.
That was it.
Yeah.
It wasn't no 2 gigs.
Yeah.
10 gigs, 20 gigs.
Because we were still using landline internet. Remember, we were using AOL and phones were the internet. Then they realized that they can get Wi-Fi. Then that's when they started charging us for it.
But even today, when they say unlimited data, they lying.
It's not, because it's up to.
They lying.
And it's still unlimited, but it's not as fast.
You get 20 gigs of 5G.
And then
that shit goes down to 4G
yeah,
speeds.
and then it buffers, and then you're gonna keep buffering. Then you realize, like, why is
and
it
I got
buffering?
like the most maxed out plan I could possibly get with Verizon. Like going through 200 gigabytes of 5G data is ridiculous. But no cap, my internet came back on Tuesday when we upload the pod. I was like, ain't this some shit?
Yeah. So that's
so God was looking out for y'all. I ain't care. I wanted my internet back.
Man, want his internet back.
No, but the week was cool. It was cool. It was a really cool week. I'm trying to think if I missed anything. No. Nope.
You didn't
No.
get. Oh,
I didn't what?
I don't want to keep throwing in your week.
Because I don't. Yo, I have
see you
a
as
hard
much as
time
I used to,
remembering
so
my
it's like,
weeks.
No, like we hung out like this past weekend again. We went to the cookout with MR.RENTMONEY.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, that's my normal life. Like hanging out with people. I hang out with everybody at least once. Y'all my friends. Who else am I hanging out with?
You're right.
That's everyday life for me.
all that. Oh, this is all.
They sing all that right there, too?
This is all that.
I think that show was overrated.
No.
Yo, I didn't have cable, but
Nigga,
I used
you're
to like
literally
literally.
a year older than me.
Yo, I didn't have cable, but I used to make sure I went to my cousin's house to watch that show. I made sure I
Yeah.
watched that. I found a way. That show was definitely not overrated.
I think that maybe if you're comparing it to now, but it's like these are children that created these skits. This is like SNL, but children, like
I think we were
teenagers.
funnier.
What?
I mean,
Okay,
That's
so
the-
that's relative, but
Put it side by
understand.
side.
But that's the
Put it
same
side by
idea.
side.
That's the same idea and concept that they were trying to bring to theirs. They just also had it
I
was
get the
Hollywood and it was
significance of the show.
controlled. So yeah, like I think
a
that it was
budget,
idea.
Like they was able to like really.
Yeah, definitely get the significance of the show. Just, I never found it funny. Me personally.
So you just saw all of the episodes.
I'm about to throw something at this nigga.
I thought it was good.
You saw
Like, I
all
thought
of
it
them
was
and you
good.
didn't like see any
I'm not
humor.
gonna say I
in-
saw all the episodes. I saw most of the
Nigga
episodes.
was too young.
Some of the episodes. I
Like,
don't say most.
I just, yeah, no, I think it was genius.
Like that, my girl.
That's
that
Amanda
shit was
Bynes.
Funny.
Yes.
As shit. Like,
You really enjoyed
Yes.
it.
all that shit was that
Yeah.
that whole show was dope. Like I can't really think of anything like an aspect of that show like this part of the show. Like that show from the beginning to the end kept my attention.
That's
And like I
dope.
said, I didn't even have cable, and I made sure like I found a way to watch that show. I saw all of them episodes. That was my shit.
Yeah.
They had cast members of all ages.
And then the performances,
we all of that.
like
The
they,
music performances.
yeah, the music performances when it was like a R&B or hip hop act, yeah,
Dope.
Keenan and Kel.
Awesome. Shout out to
Back,
Keenan.
back when
loves orange
Nickelodeon was
soda?
black.
I'm not gonna
Kel
I'm not gonna
loves
front.
orange
Kel
soda.
Kel used to do things that was like Martin that used to like bother me from being like when he used to go You remember when Martin used to do like Gina
Damn.
and he used to do that and I used to get pissed off from like being a like Martin fan and shit. I don't know why.
The
But
watered down version of Martin.
that show used to that shit was hard. Keenan and Kel.
Even though he's a kid and he's looking up to his eyes.
Yeah. It used to really bother me. It was like, you ain't Martin, nigga. Stop doing that shit. Nobody else used to like get bothered by that. It was just me, so I just knew. People don't talk about the fact that we thought that Kel was gonna be the one that was gonna excel after the show.
When you thought about like their personalities, when you saw them and their acting.
Keenan actually.
Yeah, because I saw Kel like he could have been a diverse character. Like you saw him at high level, calm down. You see him emotional. Keenan was more kind of
more serious.
more serious, like and conservative in his acting. So you kind of had an understanding of when that's how it was perceived. So I definitely understand that. I can see what you're saying.
He's doing well though.
But
Keenan was a writer. And
He
a
was
producer
writing,
for that
right. He
there
was
we go. That's
writing.
probably yes. He was and that's why he had a lot of the characters in all that. If you think about it,
He was
as
writing a
Cargo
lot
guy, the French dude.
show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
French
SNL.
dude.
He was writing all that shit.
What was Miss P? What was the P lady?
If for all
Or was
we-
it the principal Pen Pal? And he used to spit. Principal
Yeah,
Pen
yeah.
Pal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't really a fan favorite of mine.
Did you like Repairman, man?
Oh, I love Repairman, man.
I think Keenan wrote that shit. The repair.
I believe it. I think that
crazy.
he probably wrote that.
wrote it for Kel.
propelled him to like SNL. Now he's a producer and writer for SNL.
Which makes a lot of sense if you think about it, because he definitely wrote. You can see just on the characters that he probably wrote a lot on all that.
All of that, right? As
Yeah.
a kid.
Yeah, that's why you gotta be.
Be all of that.
That's why people. It's okay to be behind the camera
My
too.
posse and my friends.
The people behind the camera are the real rich ones. Remember that.
Facts.
And we also joined by our amazing producer. Audio engineer, whatever. K Blaze the Mad Genius. Hit him up on Twitter if you want quality audio. Like I said, I do take a cut.
No, he doesn't. I'm not signed to this nigga.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Oh, wow.
Nigga, it's in blood.
It's not.
It's in blood, bitch.
It's not in blood.
So,
He called you.
where shall we? I think we should start with G's topic because we talked about. Because his topic literally spoke to what you were speaking about when you was going through your week. So, G, you want to go with your topic?
Do you feel like in your life you're being fulfilled in all aspects?
I think at this current moment right now, I can say that I am working towards all of them and I feel close towards it. I think that everything is really dependent on me in regards to the fulfillment. I don't think my job is going to fulfill me. I don't think the man in my life is going to fulfill me. I don't think the money I make is going to fulfill me. I just know that I need to fulfill me because if that was ever taken away, I need to be able to know that I'll be able to still be fulfilled. And so I want to say that I see my cup and it's filling. I'm still working on me. But even if I took those and I looked into those different avenues, I'm having a really, really amazing time and I'm enjoying this journey that I am. And I can see that my cup is overflowing with gratefulness.
So what is fulfillment for you? Only reason why I ask because that I never understood how people always be like, okay, if you love yourself or self-love or all this stuff within, if you're right with yourself, nothing else matters.
That's not true. Things matter.
But when people give the kind of answer that you gave, as far as like, nothing, no external thing is going to fulfill me.
Well, because it's the idea that once I have understood who I am as a person, and I now know that these things, these tangible things, won't ever remain this fulfillment. It'll give me temporary fulfillments. There'll be moments in time where it'll allow me to be great, but I don't. Let's put it like this. I think that when you are in a sound mind, body, and space, you're able to practice discernment better. And so your decisions, the people that you're around, the choices that you make for yourself are in the betterment of you. I think that when you're in a more chaotic or unstable place, then you start making erratic decisions that may not always be the best for you or your situations. So when I say fulfilled for myself, I'm saying that where I'm in a space where I am more confident in the decisions that I've made to better me, that everything else around me is complementing that. Everything else remind me is aligning with me. I'm not having to work harder in this situation because now I know that I'll give you an example. In my job, in the idea that they didn't give me a raise or decide that they have a plan for me, I've already been in the aspect of working and looking at other jobs that have already either provide me with what I'm looking for and the avenue that I'm able to excel and be great. I no longer feel like I need to wait or settle for someone to tell me that I'm great or validate me or provide me with my value. I know what my value is, and I'm going to go get it. So everything else will align with my value.
So can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Take it away from yourself. This is not about you.
Okay, this is not about me.
Gotta make that clear, people.
Okay.
So if someone says they want to be a wife, right?
Okay.
And the same question is, do you feel fulfilled in life and they're not a wife? Or you don't think they need a man or whatever they decide to differentiate themselves as? They need somebody else to help fulfill that want of being a wife.
Yes.
No?
Okay.
So that's an external thing adding that makes you feel fulfilled. Right? That can happen, right?
But I think that as long as you instill the values of you being your wife, like that is all going to happen.
You can't be a wife to nobody.
Yes, you can.
How?
Nuns do it all the time. Why? Nobody. Like God. There's nuns. They're married to God.
That's what we doing?
There's women that marry themselves.
Oh?
Greg, I'm not telling you what you're saying is wrong. What I'm telling you is that you told me to ask. I'm answering the question subjectively. I can't speak for other people that feel that way. The other people need, I don't even say their fulfillment are based on tangible things, maybe even people. Sure. I get that. But I'm answering the question for myself.
No,
and the thing is that at one point I was that person. I was that person where tangible things needed to fulfill me. Being able to need to be desired by my person in order to feel like I'm actually in a relationship. But I realized like I want to feel desired myself. I want to understand that person, like we've talked about before, even though we have like our mixed bag about being needing and wanting, is that this man genuinely wants me, but I want myself just as much as he wants me. So the day he stops wanting me doesn't mean that I'll stop wanting myself. And some people live like that. Some people they're predicated on the idea that their value is based off of, I have this amount of money. Once this amount of money is gone, I no longer have this value. Once this person is removed, I no longer have this value. I'm saying that my value will be attained whether whatever's be removed from me, because I believe that whatever's supposed to be for me is going to be for me.
I pray that's the truth for you. Amen.
Oh, Greg, it's working, and I'm really, really happy about where I'm at.
That's amazing. How about you, Ms. Money? You feeling fulfilled? That sounds wild.
Let me love you down.
I would say that there are aspects in my life that I don't necessarily cater to as much.
Like what?
When it comes to the romantic aspect of my life, like I have like a numbness. I've developed a numbness toward the whole you go with me, I go with you type of mindset.
Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Do you think that it's because you may not have allowed yourself to actually heal from the past relationships? I don't want to call you like a serial relationship person, but have you realized that like there was a part in your time where you were the relationship man, you were the husband, like you were trying to build something and it didn't work out, and you allowed yourself to just kind of understand not only what happened within that relationship where that individual may have provided the red flags that you could now see in future women that you interact with, or even the accountability that you could take for yourself and the parts that you have played, and being able to kind of like process that. And then so once you're able to let go, because I think that's the problem when you're trying to move on from either a bad relationship or a relationship that had unresolved or shouldn't have meant to be, is that we move forward, and I'm really great at compartmentalizing, but we don't heal from it. And so when we are introducing ourselves into different relationships, even if the person seems so night and day from our past relationships, we start realizing that we're in the same cycle that we was in. It's just the same. It's a different face, just same thing, and it's because we haven't healed from that past trauma. So it's like the universe is just kind of giving us the same lesson every time until we learn something. But once we heal from it, I feel like we're able to let go. And then that next person we meet, it's like a breath of fresh air. You ever met like a time in your life where you've like you dealt with people and it was like, it's not it, but all right, whatever. But then you finally like just meet this person and you're just like, yo, both of my nostrils is clear. I don't got no in my throat. Like, this is easy. I don't have to try. It's not hard. Like, she want to be here. I want her to be here. I'm not forcing anything. And it's just like, that's a different space. So I just think that in time, once you, like I said, go back into those, like, this is when you really got to go into your bag, to look at the picture, not just on she did. It's like, what did we do? What did you do? And what don't you want in your relationships going forward? What do you want with your relationships going forward? And the type of man that you want to be in the relationships going forward. You got this. I believe in you.
You believe in me. I believe in you.
Go ahead, Greg.
I don't know that song.
Oh, I thought you were going to say,
Is it-
I believe the children.
I was
No.
gonna say the rainbow ahead may be hard to see. We gotta hang on to this tree. Don't let go.
What's the chorus?
That's what he says. A chorus. No matter how hard it gets.
Oh, I know that song.
We haven't finished yet. There's so much of.
I don't like being in the middle.
That's not what he said. Ba-da-ba-bum.
Pause.
That's crazy. Ain't no Five Heartbeat fans in here, nah. Okay.
No, now I know what you're talking about. No
Temptation
matter
Order.
how.
Yo. If you are Team Five Heartbeats, you have a disconnect with the Temptations movie. If you are Team Temptations,
Yeah.
usually you have a strong disconnect.
I don't think so. I think I like
Yes.
both of them. I think about. Okay.
Then neither one of them you know the words to them word
Got
for
it.
word.
Yeah, you know what?
Temptation, I know every.
Got it. No, but I know the temptation. Okay, I understand what you're saying. But the Five Heartbeats is nights like this. I wish raindrops would fall.
Yo, for the record, the Heartbeats was a real group.
Yeah, why? Someone said they weren't?
No, the Five Heartbeats
Yeah.
is not a real group. It's based off of like Temptations, Delphonics, a bunch of other
Male R&B groups.
groups at that time. Their life stories and things of that nature put into one movie and then added with a little pizzazz to make the movie. But if you look at the original group, the Heartbeats and the cast of the Five Heartbeats, they look just alike.
For real?
Robert Townsend definitely casted them based on the way the Heartbeats look, for sure.
I think I saw that movie once.
It's a good movie.
Shame on you.
Now me to see Temptations?
Dun, 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 dun,
Ain't
dun,
nobody
dun,
come here to see
dun,
you
dun,
over.
dun, dun, dun. Dum, 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 dum,
Come on.
dum, dum, dum,
I've got sunshine. On a
That's not a better movie than the Five Heartbeats, yo.
when it's cold outside.
Get it, Greg?
I've got the month of May.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, I guess you say
What can make me feel this way?
my girl,
My girl,
my girl, talking about my girl, my
girl.
I've got so much money.
Okay, Greg.
Yeah, I was about to go.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
Crazy. The music is better.
Two
The acting
wrongs
was
don't
better.
make it right. But too long was tonight. I kept you guessing.
You know
It's
what,
all I could do.
Wait, you know you're right because, yeah, I think because I am totally got the Temptations in my mind. Like
It's better.
Papa
Yo.
was a Rolling
See?
Stone.
You
Yeah.
more leaning towards like Team Temptations.
Yeah,
There's only one or the other. I never met a person that was like
Both movies.
both
I understand what
movies.
you're
Like,
saying.
yo,
Me
I
either.
know both of them. Nah, you can't.
Me either.
Be.
My baby.
It's really like a gang. Like you can't be in two gangs.
gang.
It's like Michael Jackson and Prince.
Oh, that's,
Right.
Wow. I didn't think about it that way either.
I don't know. It's really that deep, man.
He said,
So, what about you, Greg?
did you
What-
hear the first line of that song?
Fulfillment, Greg. Answer your question. I mean, answer Mr. Rent Money's question.
Fulfillment. No. Actually, I don't know. So because I don't know, I'm gonna say no. That makes the most sense, right? It's logical.
What would make you feel fulfilled?
I don't know. That is I honestly.
So you just think you have like this empty hole that just can't be filled.
Pause. All of that.
I didn't say where it was.
Pause. It don't matter. That sounded wild.
All right.
That was mod. But no. I don't think I'll get like. No, I don't feel like I have like this empty hole in my heart that needs to be. No, it's just.
It don't even got to sound like that, Greg.
I feel like that's everything is dramatic to me.
Yeah, I think so. I'm like overly dramatic. I'm like on 157.
Yeah, with your movie moments. But I'm saying
My movie moments we had.
no, yeah, I don't know what would fulfill me. I know there's things in life that brings me joy. That
What do you need to fill you up, Greg?
you stop it.
Pause. Super pause.
You knew that was there.
Where's the Sega Genesis controller?
What was your question?
What do you need?
Nothing. I need nothing.
Okay, so like,
do what?
so the idea is like
To
the different
nothing.
aspects of your life. So, I think that can I just kind of break it down and maybe
Break it down.
you okay that as a father, do you feel fulfilled?
No.
What do
Maybe.
you think? Okay, what is fulfilled for you?
That's and that is the question because I have no idea.
Okay,
Like-
what is fulfillment when you explain it, Mr. Rent Money? What when you thought about the question, what did you think fulfillment as?
Well, that's really up to you. When I say fulfilled,
But when you thought about for yourself, what did you think about?
in essence, what the definition means, like,
Want me to read it?
Yeah.
Oxford language says the achievement of something desired, promised, or predicted. The meeting of requirements or conditions. It says
Is fulfillment
the
fleeting?
active process of fulfilling the fulfillment of a promise, the fulfillment of all the requirements. What'd you say?
Is fulfillment fleeting then?
Fleeting.
Yeah. Yes and no. Because fulfillment can have an ongoing process or it can have a set goal, right? So
That
you
may
can
be the
say,
goal.
Yeah. So I can say that I want to make X amount of dollars or I want to get this position. I fulfilled it.
So okay, in that sense, okay.
But I'm
yeah,
saying,
but-
like you said, leaving, I fulfilled because I did. That was my goal, to leave, and I actually
yeah, I get you.
fulfilled.
So then, yeah,
something.
no, I'm not fulfilled in any aspect of my life. Doesn't mean that my life is going to shit.
No one said that, Greg.
I know.
You did
Can leaving
I
bring
did. When did I
fulfillment?
say that?
just now.
I was just talking. You know how you over talk sometimes. That's what I was doing right there. Wasn't saying nobody's life was like shit.
Thank you.
Y'all killing me today. Listen, all I'm saying is the no. My life.
My life be like, ooh,
What are we doing today? What are we doing today? Yeah, but then I am not fulfilled in any aspect of my life, and yeah, I'm okay with that for now.
All right. Well, can I just give you accolades like while we're here? Because sometimes you become annoying. I think that you're an amazing father. Can you be greater? I don't know, but from the person that I've seen and been around, I think that you're.
But
one
that
of
is,
the
that's
most
not. Those are not. That's not a fulfillment because I'm still going to be a father. I'm going to be a father to the day that I die.
Yeah.
So what is fulfilling about I guess I'm trying in my head this makes so much sense. It's like Ava's going to continue to grow. She's going to continue to do things. What is the yes, I hope the best for my daughter for sure. But as far as like when you say fulfillment, the basically definition it's a desire that you have and you've achieved that desire.
When you decided that you were going to have Ava, what was your goal?
I don't to be a good father.
Have you achieved that?
That's relative.
Okay, I'm asking you. You don't.
I think I might.
All right, Greg. I don't want to do this anymore.
She don't eat vegetables.
She's she's an amazing kid.
She is. She's most definitely a great kid. And I'm saying, I get what you're trying to say. And the only thing that I'm saying is that, like, she is going, like, as she continues to get older, I guess I feel like my job as a father is never done. So I can't.
I don't think that you. Then that's why I thought that's why you asked if the idea is fleeting because. And when I said yes, I thought that would made you be proactive and understanding that they were things that you wanted to fulfill. Like, I wanted to be a great father. I see that I can be a great father. Now, what are the other things that I can do to install more greatness in this child that I have that is amazing? It's just like these were things that when you decided to have Ava, you said, this is the type of father that I want to be for that person. And I think that you fulfilled that. And yes, as she grows, you're going to continue to have different.
I don't think I have yet.
I think as she grows, you're going to have different ways to fulfill whatever you need to be a great father. But as this moment in your life, she is safe, she is fed, she is clean, and she is smart.
But those things don't fulfill me.
Okay.
What you're saying is true.
Then I don't understand why you asked me if fulfillment is fleeting if you still see it as nothing that fulfills you.
Because that's just me. It's literally just in my head. It's like, because honestly, I don't, unless it's something super tangible, like you said, I wanted to make this amount of money by this age, and now I'm doing it fulfilled. Boom, done, goal, stamped in the ground.
Yeah.
If unless it's something like that, I can't say that I'm fulfilling.
I just gave you an example. You decided to have a kid. Your goal was to be a great father. At this point in time, you can't speak on tomorrow. You can't speak on 5 years from now. You can't speak on 50. You can speak on what you have accomplished up to this point. Have you been great? And I'm telling you that maybe you're not seeing it because there's not. I'm telling you that I think that whatever you desire to be as a father, even if I don't know what they were, I can see that I see that.
That's relative to you, though.
Yes, but I'm trying to tell you that, again, it's fleeting. So you have established that. You are a great father.
That's to you. I could feel like I'm not a great father.
You don't think that you're a great father?
I think I'm doing okay.
You think that there's other things you could do to be great?
I think there's a lot more I could do to be great.
Okay. And that's as she gets older?
No, that's right now, too.
Okay. So I apologize then.
I think it's definitely a relative thing. That's why when you was even when you were saying right now that's how you feel fulfilled, like when you talk about
things change at time. You
absolutely.
Grow things, but at this point in my life, yes, I see momentum. Don't you see momentum?
Yeah, for sure. Of course, yes, I see momentum, but that doesn't. Still, that's not fulfilling for me.
Okay, and maybe just because I think that we're gonna just keep going in circles with this conversation, but my question to pose to you is: do you think you will ever have a sense of fulfillment? Is there even something that will ever fulfill you, or you just don't think that you are a person that can be fulfilled?
I think in certain aspects of my life, no.
Okay, and let's focus on the ones that you can.
Yeah, of course. Like professionally, yeah, I can fulfill professionally.
Well, then let's be more positive in that aspect. So
why do you think it's negative though? That's I don't think it's. Let me be very clear. If you're never fulfilled, that's not a negative thing.
I don't think that's a negative thing. But what I'm trying to explain to you is that if we've already decided, go ahead, Mr.
I think that if a person who's never fulfilled doesn't have a chance to enjoy what's happening in front of them. They lack appreciativeness.
Damn, I ain't think that. That's pretty good.
If you're just always doing that means you're constantly overlooking the newness in your life and only think about more newness. And it can never be. That's like a bottomless pit.
That's the problem.
Could lead to being unhappy type of shit.
I definitely have that problem.
Which is why, like, a person who, I can use myself for example. Like, I like to I like to be very simple. I like very
Not minimalistic.
very very practical about my way of living, what I consume, or even what I feel like is satisfying to somebody else. They may feel like, yo, that ain't nothing, but I'm like, I'm good, and that's like that. These are the reasons why I'm happy. Like I can control when I'm happy. If I really genuinely want to be happy, if I just want my day to be good, I can literally just appreciate shit. And I feel like when I hear that often, like, just like I'm never satisfied. I'm always. I mean, it sounds good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really sounds good, but that to me, I think that's just like that's the quickest way to just be miserable and unhappy.
Okay, I understand where you're coming from, and I get that.
Where I was coming
I part of me agree, and part of me disagree. I think you should always celebrate your wins, for sure. I'm a firm believer in that. But I also think it's important not to get complacent.
I don't think being fulfilled makes you complacent.
That's, for me, it does.
You think so? If I know that I've established this goal, doesn't that make me want to perpetuate and make myself even better and hit more goals? Like, I can see that. Oh, I hit this. All right, what's next? I can hit this too. It's like just the idea about
you want to
steps
tell me
and a
you
ladder.
never met somebody who got to a level and was like, "This is it for me."
But that's the part of life, is that's why the whole world works the way they do. There has to be people that are okay with where they're at.
Oh, so people
got to
lose.
Okay.
So people need to lose.
It's not about losing.
No.
It's about your idea of what success is.
And don't believe
it's your
people can't lose.
It's your idea about success. Is that there are people that I've met in certain levels of jobs, and they honestly love what they do. They don't see themselves doing anything else. No matter how much they get paid. And so knowing that, it's like they're always going to need people to actually love what they do no matter what the job is. Everybody don't like washing and cleaning and doing feet, Greg. But there's somebody that genuinely enjoys doing that.
So before I continue and advance this conversation,
Okay,
we need to understand that, one, I'm not putting any connotation on any of these words. Complacency. Like if you say I'm going to get to this level, that's it for you. That is you. That is your life. I don't care. Mm-hmm. But you're not going to sit here and say that is not the definition of complacency. You got to a point and you're comfortable where you're at.
There's different levels of success, Greg.
That's not what I'm arguing, though.
But that's what I'm trying to explain to you, is that like my level of what I want to achieve, you don't know what my background is, could be here.
But that's not what I'm talking
Everybody
about right now.
doesn't want to aspire to be a CEO. Everybody doesn't aspire to VP. Everybody doesn't aspire
What do you think I'm saying?
I don't know, obviously.
Because you went a whole different direction.
So what are you saying? Because
all I am saying is that when someone says, "This is where I'm at, I don't want to go any higher," that's complacency. They're comfortable.
It's not complacency if that's what they achieve to be.
Even if you achieve to be a CEO.
Yes.
That's still complacency.
Why?
Because you've made it there and you're comfortable.
See, that's where I feel like, and that's where that's not as easy as to say as you making it is not as black and white as you making it out. It's
making it black and white.
If someone was to become a CEO and remain a CEO for years to come, and they stepped in this room and they told you they was a CEO from the age of 50 and they now 70 and they still a CEO, I highly doubt that you'd be like, yo, this nigga's complacent. He's a fucking CEO for,
See, the thing
for
is,
20 years.
The thing is, you're adding the negative connotation to the word. I'm not. Yes, because usually when you hear the word complacent, that just means you're settling. You're settling for where you are. Yeah, I'm right. That's not what I'm getting at. All I'm saying is that it doesn't matter where you are. If you get comfortable, you get comfortable. No?
If I wanted to be,
If you wanted to be the best fried cook in the world, you was deemed the best fried cook in the world. You're going to be comfortable with that title, aren't you?
if that was my aspirations,
It's still, but you're comfortable with it.
What does calm mean?
calm,
Calm?
COM.
like .com.
Word. COM.
Okay, I'll Google it. Hold on.
Inside
Oh.
of complacent.
Oh, you mean like break down
you
the
talking like the
word?
Latin.
Oh, I was
The
like,
Latin of the root
what
word.
are you saying? It's okay. Complacent is showing smug or uncritical satisfaction with oneself or one's
I
achievement.
hate the dictionary, man.
An example of being complacent. The definition of being complacent is happy with oneself and unconcerned. An example of complacent is a person working in their office and not worried about the dangers, weather conditions outside. That doesn't make sense to me. Is complacent the same as lazy?
It can be, but I don't think they have to be.
This is from scottmiker.com. Being complacent is similar to being lazy. Often when we get upset with our current situation but refuse to work to improve, we are being complacent. So,
It's because you add
his
the
definition
negative to it.
in his definition, complacent is the idea that you complain about wanting to be better and you're not. Not the idea that I wanted to be the best rapper in the world and I've achieved this and I don't want to be anything else and I've been great at it. I can die.
And
I've
I
done what
agree
I've
with
had
that.
to do.
And
So
agree
I
with
think that the idea of being unfulfilled, I understand what you're saying, Greg, because I don't want you to think that I'm just like shutting it out, that you always want to aspire to be the better you, whether what level it is. But there are some people who literally, depending on their background, aspire to be the best fry cook. So guess what? That's why we have restaurants. There's people that aspire to be the best cleaners, and now we have hotels that we have maids. Like there's people that literally, these are the jobs that they have.
Are you thinking I'm shitting on them or something?
No, I'm telling you that the fulfillment, like Mr. Rent Money was saying, is that it's not being complacent when you have a goal and you have achieved it, and it may not be as high or low as anyone else. My idea of success will never be compared to yours because my aspirations is not your aspirations.
Absolutely.
And so
let me remove the word complacency. I think to be fulfilled is to be comfortable, and I never want to be comfortable.
I think that if you asked me, and I think I would have accepted your answer, not saying that I can't, is that you asked me if being fulfillment is fleeting, meaning there's always a new sense of fulfillment that you can have even once you hit it. And knowing that you can, and saying that you've never at any point in time ever felt fulfilled.
Yeah, because
sounds.
I was. I'm sorry, real quick, because I was asking that question because I was trying to think about it. I don't think it's fleeting. I think it's you achieve. For me, I'm speaking.
See, but that's what I'm saying.
I'm speaking for myself.
But you asked me the question, and I'm saying, yeah. By the definition, it is fleeting. It's you're setting a goal, you got it, next. You set a goal, you got it, next.
Yeah.
It's when you're setting a goal, you're not hitting it, unfulfillment.
That's no different
I
from
don't
eating.
think
If you didn't eat food in 3 days straight, and you were hungry, and you finally ate a meal,
You're fulfilled, yes.
but
filled up.
even though you didn't eat in 3 days and you were finally fulfilled, does that mean you're never gonna eat again? You're gonna be
No.
hungry again. That's
You're
literally
perfect example.
It's
Thank you so
literally
much.
the
Oh
my
same
gosh.
exact thing.
Y'all talking practicalities, of course. Like, duh. That's
No, it's no different from
For
being
me-
fulfilled
for me-
in life.
comparing me being a father to someone being hungry is different.
No, I'm saying take father, because I didn't say anything about a father. I'm
And
just
he's talking
saying
about
just
me.
being fulfilled. Just if you were fulfilled, there was a goal, there was something you wanted to achieve. You got there, but doesn't mean when you get there it's like
That's it.
There's nothing else for me to get to. Now I'm here. What else do? And I appreciate this. What's
don't
up?
feel
I
that way.
love what's going on with what I've with this new level that I've explored in my life. Now what's up with the next thing in my life
I
for
understand
me
what
to
you're
be
saying.
happy about?
I just think that's not for me. I honestly believe, like, going back to the original question, do I feel fulfilled in life right now? No. And I honestly don't. It's not like I don't think I'm searching for fulfillment. One, and I don't know if there's a pause there, but I'm gonna say pause because that sounds wild. But yeah, it's just
That's okay. I just wanted you to see what I saw, but your response is subjective, and I do believe that that every step that I'm taking doesn't make me complacent, just makes me want to do better. I think being
that's
able to
dope.
have these markers of life to see my achievements and where I've been and what I've worked for and how I can see that it's actually like showing in itself, I think that's dope. But yeah,
That was dope for you.
that was a great topic. Thank you so much, Mr. Rent Money.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Greg. What you say? Who's next?
I didn't say anybody was next.
You did. You said the order. You said Mr. Rent Money's gonna go first.
I was just saying we should start with Mr. Money because we was talking about. I never said.
So
an
that's
order.
exactly what we did.
Yeah, I
So-
never
Do
said
this
an
every
order.
time, yo. Somebody,
No,
what do
because
y'all
you act
go?
like I said.
Like,
Then you act like I said.
I'm
Mr.
usually the one to
Money,
just go
Greg,
put,
then Gigi.
put it out and just go.
That's what you act like. I
Now
never
I'm
said
just
that.
left with I can never be the first one. Now I'm seeing it. Y'all got to get this
I
out
just
the way.
don't understand what just happened because I feel like the reason why you went first is Greg said Mr. Rent Money should go first, and so we had you go first, right?
Yeah, but then you just made it seem. But you literally just made it seem like I had an order in mind.
Yeah, because you said it. That's why you said he was going first.
No, I said I suggested Mr. Rent Money go first.
Yeah.
Not knowing who would go next.
What y'all up to though?
Oh,
What y'all up to? Y'all good? Y'all chilling out there?
okay.
The YouTube man.
I feel like you had an idea since you thought he would go first. Then
I did not. I just thought because you was already talking about your week and how your week you felt so good about everything that was happening.
Yeah.
Thought it was a great segue into
all right, so you go, Greg. Go ahead.
fulfillment.
Let's go.
Cool, no problem. I do not mind going next.
Well, obviously you did because we having this
No.
conversation.
Oh
go
my
ahead.
gosh. This is a episode 83 Convo. So when starting a new relationship or if you're interested in someone and there's a mutual interest, do you think it's important to share your social medias?
Nah, I'm good. You don't really need each other's social media like that. I think that it's a good gesture if that's something that someone's open to on both ends. Is it needed? Absolutely not. I think that sometimes, especially when you are an influencer or a creative, and just having to or wanting to just interact with your followers or people that want to interact with you can sometimes be misconstrued or misunderstood. And sometimes just kind of keeping that away from your spouse to avoid certain unnecessary conversations is needed. But at the same time, I go by transparency where if you feel like you need to hide it from your spouse, then you should definitely show it. But I still don't believe that just because we go together, I need to now follow you on Twitter. No,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Mr. Rent Money?
Especially if I wasn't following you before. Like, you know how usually people meet and you be like, what's your handle or whatever? And you you exchange, and that's different because you've had it already. But if we've been interacting with each other and now we're in the space of the social media era, for me is no, because I'm not a social media person. But I guess it'll be different because you guys are actually social media people. So I'm very curious to know what your response would be.
Yeah, I don't care who's following me until I care, and then I gotta block you or something.
You know, this is not episode 83. This is episode 84.
I know it's 84 at the beginning.
You said 84.
Okay, no, but you just
But
said
just now
83.
it's
Yeah,
83.
he said 83. I was like,
Oh.
it's not 83.
But just I feel like if we're official, I'm not talking about just like casually talking or something like that. I'm not demanding no. Are you talking about passwords?
No, just like you are starting to date a new chick.
Yeah.
And
Follow
she's
me
like,
on
let
Instagram. Let me
me
follow
see
your
on
Instagram. Twitter. You know what? Let me listen to your
Here,
podcast.
give me your phone.
Oh, follow me is actually.
give me your phone real quick. Here, there you go.
Now you're
Follow
following
me
me on
on my
Instagram,
Instagram is
Twitter,
actually my thing.
Facebook. Follow you on
Like,
Instagram. Yeah,
Let me
you.
get your Instagram.
That's what I'm saying. So like when you initially meet
Too
someone,
threatening. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like, and so that's why that's why it made sense for you the question, because with you guys, or specifically you, Mr. Rent Money, you are into social media. You're aware of social media. So when you are meeting someone, you're not asking for their number, or for their social media. So you're probably getting to interact with them on the social media level already.
I want to see somewhat of the lifestyle.
But what happens when you don't know their social media yet and you got to know them before that?
I don't know that if there's even an example I could give you where I don't know the social media, because that's the
You're always gonna ask for
first
social media.
thing, like
That'd
that
be
I'm
interesting.
asking.
Because I don't have social media like that. So what would you do?
I would still need to see social media.
Yeah, but it would be like Twitter. My Instagram has nothing.
I was just still. That would just be a part of it. Like, let me just get your Instagram and all that.
There's no pictures of me on my Instagram.
The discretion really wouldn't be needed. Like, I just need you. Let me just get your Instagram. Like, follow me or follow you. That's really just what it is. I don't
build
be on there.
followers?
Just let me. That's really how it is. I don't know. It's something about me. I just want to see your picture. I want to see how.
Yeah, I have a picture of my dog.
This is what a conversation that would be had, but I would still ask for your.
Got it. At some point in time,
social-
you're gonna ask for my
social
social media because that's the
even
type-
though I probably don't know how serious you are about how you're never on there. I'm like, she gonna
you wanna
be
see
in
it.
there
You're gonna have a
She
picture of
gonna
her
upload a
posting her.
picture of
Yeah.
her. Whether you
I don't
do or
have
don't,
anything of me.
I got you, but I'm that's
You're
still
gonna got you.
still my thing. And then I go in the DM, get real comfortable. I'm giving you the sauce. I'm giving you a little bit of the sauce.
Too much. It's red
Get
hot.
in the DM, and then you gotta get it. Some of them you can just go straight to the number. That's just my style. I go to the DM, chill in the DM for a little while. Let's just stay here in the DM, and then I wanna have more access. So you can have your number, like.
So, but this is
that.
someone that you probably are meeting online, then not someone that you're meeting in person.
No, that's been.
So you meet someone because you're not asking them for their number, you're asking them for their handle. So you're going to have to be in their DM. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. We handling, whatever.
Handling.
We handle it.
And Greg, and you?
Yeah, I don't think it's important.
I don't think it's needed.
Now the question becomes: if they ask, do you give?
So when they ask, I think that you should. I think this is something that they've decided that they want to do. Whether they like the content or not, then that's really like a them thing at that point. I don't. Even though it's not needed, if my person is just like, I want to follow you, and I'm just like, oh, okay, you can, because whatever. I think once you say no,
I'm saying no.
it becomes an issue. I think once you say no, then it becomes why? What are you doing that I can't see?
See, now the why, right?
Yeah.
Because I think I have a very logical
Oh,
why.
okay, let's do that.
But it's when you don't accept it that bothers me.
Okay, so tell me the why.
So the reason why I don't ever want to follow, or we should follow each other, is mainly because of the conversations that we have. We have two different kind of timelines. As soon as you start following each other, algorithms start to match, and then you looking at the same shit, and now you have nothing to talk about. Now, and for people who don't believe it, I think social media drives our conversations every day. And if we have nothing to talk about, what are we here for?
Because I think that any conversation can be stemmed out into any conversation. Hence, that's why we have this podcast. I think that we could talk about the same thing and get
9
three
times out
different
of 10,
results.
where did your topic come from?
Life.
Okay, I can't play this game with you.
I'm not a social media person.
You keep saying that, but you're on social media.
I'm on social media okay, let's be clear. I'm on social
And
media
you text. Texting is social media now.
Text is social media now. Text was a form of communication then, and now we have all these other attributes attained to it that makes it social media. So I've accepted that. But at the same time, that I am still navigating and getting this whole social media thing going. I don't meet men online. I don't have most of my friends no, that's not true. A lot of my friends are.
The thing that
shout outs to my pod fam.
Social media, right? People, it's social when you're with other people, right?
Okay.
And then it's the media aspect of it, right? Just got to break that down. Social media doesn't necessarily just mean platforms.
Okay. It is exactly platform.
No, it's not just. I mean,
text messaging is a platform. Facebook
let me
platform.
rephrase that.
MySpace
it's not,
platform. Instagram
let me
platform.
rephrase it. It's not your traditional. It's not now just your traditional platforms. It's not just about being on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. No. If you nowadays, if you look through your text messaging conversations, I'm pretty sure you're scrolling through your text messages and it damn near look like a timeline.
I guess it depends on the conversation.
It depends on the thread.
Yeah, it really depends.
Really.
But Greg, I'm not telling you that you're wrong. But what are you getting at?
Chat
looks like a damn timeline.
That is, but in my text messages, in my rotations of text messages, that's literally the only one
that looks like that. All his text messages don't look like that.
Every one of them look just like information from you. What you doing? You're like, okay, I'm chilling.
No, I send gifts. I send.
So it's your algorithms and the people that you speak to.
Absolutely.
And he's not speaking to me, y'all.
Oh my goodness. Is there something you want to say?
I miss you, Greg.
Clearly.
It's okay. I won't miss him for long.
That's deep. Pause. But yeah, I do believe, whether you agree or not, I think most of our conversations are derived from social media, whether it's something that someone saw and they bring it up in conversation, or it's it's subconsciously you see it.
I think it's
someone brings it up.
I think it's the era that you grew up in, where you feel like everything has to be on a social media platform. But literally, a lot of people's conversations are based off their experiences or things that have happened to them. It's not always about what's happening to somebody else.
We're having a conversation about social media right now.
Yeah, because it's probably and maybe not something that maybe pertain to someone that you know or yourself, where you are curious and you've pondered about this conversation. I know that there are topics that you have brought up where you said, I was online and I saw this, or I was watching a movie and I saw this, and this came up, this question. But at the same time, there are also life experiences that provide you with those same questions. I don't need to be online to think of my topic.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
I don't need to have the conversations that I have with y'all is not because I'm online.
But would you say you get your do you get your topics from being social?
Not on media.
Okay, let's be a little bit more specific then.
Let's be specific.
I'm not social interaction.
It's not social media.
It is.
It's not.
It's social. The word social.
No. Social media is online.
Social interaction.
Social media is online. Social media is on. Okay. Let's Google it. Let's do it.
If you want to sit here and tell me that
at this point, let's just Google it and then we'll.
Social interactions doesn't include social media. That is bull.
Okay, I'm just gonna Google it. What's
the point of the whole thing of social media?
Social media, website and applications that enable users to create and share content or to participate in social networking. Okay, so obviously it has to deal with the internet. Social media is a collective term for websites and applications that focus on communication. Websites, applications, it's not face-to-face conversation.
It is a social interaction.
All right, Greg. Because obviously
it's not a social interaction. When I reply to you on Twitter, that's not a social interaction.
That's social media.
That's not a social interaction.
That's social media.
It's not an interaction.
That's social media.
Oh my goodness. You gonna please please, can everybody weigh in on this? If you respond to somebody in their comments on Instagram or on Twitter, is that not a social interaction?
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
That's all I'm saying.
I'm saying that, but if I came up to you and I said something to you, it's not a social interaction.
It is.
Excuse me, it is a social interaction. It's not social media.
It's still social interaction.
It's not social media, Greg.
It's still social.
We are talking about social media. Don't now change your definition of what social.
About?
Your question is about social media.
You're talking over me because I literally said,
all right,
let me change it to saying we get our conversations through social interactions.
Why are we changing it?
Because go back.
But why are we changing it?
Because social interactions is still a part of social media.
It's
and
See, you can't say that social interactions. Social media.
You just agreed that it is.
Because Greg, you're breaking it apart to make your answer make sense to you.
No, because
that's not it. Social media, I just read you the definition, has to deal with websites and applications. I'm saying is that I don't always deal with my topics that have nothing to do with what I saw online. Sometimes I'm not ever online.
And I
it's actually
that.
My social interactions that you brought up, but has nothing to do with social media.
And I'm saying that just because you don't do social media, just because you're not on a platform, you are still getting your topics through social interactions with other. And let me finish, because what I am saying is that that's how I can get my topics too, through social interactions on social media. So if me and my significant other are following each other and we're interacting on social media, having social interactions on social media, that can take away from conversations when we're together.
It would never take away from conversations.
I think it can. That's why I don't think we should follow each other.
You are able to have conversations in different facets of life. I think you can, the same way you have a conversation over the phone, same way we can have conversations in person, same way we can have conversations text message. It's just another form of us communicating with each other. And the best thing about Twitter when it comes to that is that there's conversations that you might not have because there's a topic that someone tweeted and I'm saying something about it. Same thing with our with our last episode. There were things that people heard and we were able to interact and dialogue. Now you're able to see outside of what your partner's readily giving you because you guys are in open dialogue. You're also to see the conversations that they're having outside of you that you may be able to participate in. And yes, you have your little snippets back and forth, but now you guys can get on the phone and maybe expand on it. It can always be a different types of conversation.
I disagree.
The reason why I wouldn't follow one has nothing to do with because we wouldn't have anything to talk about. If you think that you would run out of things to talk about with your person, don't be with them. Because I just feel like Greg, you could talk about anything with anybody.
That's not the truth.
Okay. Well, you're right. You know what? You're right.
Like, I just went through a whole situation like that.
I apologize. You're right. But I think that was also a choice. I think that you could have if you wanted to, and you did not want to.
No, that's not true.
You just couldn't.
It was literally, I think, we even blocked each other because we felt like we was literally just saying, oh, I saw that earlier. Oh, I talked about that earlier. Like, that's how bad it can become when you're following your significant other.
Okay. And I also want to say that particular significant other probably was dry with content. I think that when you have somebody that have a creative mindset and open to dialogue, that yes, we saw that, but like what you think about it. There's things that I can see that we both saw together. Like even when we talked about the Jay-Z verse, it was like we talked about it last week, but there's other things that we can talk about it if we wanted to talk about
that's
it.
That's enough reason for me to block.
For me, it is.
Somebody.
Like, even if you saw, like, oh, you saw it, like, this is what I think about it. What do you think about it? Like, I think that you can expand on it if you want to. And if you don't, there's other things, obviously, that we could talk about it, too. There's things that we're going to see together. It's 2022. The world is literally, you saw that? Nah, let me Google it. Oh, I saw it, too. I get that. But I think that if you have a chemistry and someone that's open to dialogue, y'all could talk about the same thing 500 different times. We do it every day. Not every day, but me and you have had the same conversation and talked about it maybe several different ways.
And this is where you make me look mean, so I'm just going to not respond.
I make you look mean?
Yes.
You do that to yourself, Greg.
I do not.
There's some plum palettes in this wine.
That's nice. Is that a good thing?
It's pretty good.
I'm happy. Yeah, I don't like, just to summarize, you're saying that you don't think it's needed and you don't want to do it. Mr. Rent Money, you're doing it because that's something that you do off the bat. You want your social media. For me, I don't use social media enough for me to feel like the person is asking for it is going to get anything from it. But if they really need to have it, be great with it.
Yeah, it's like it's nothing. At
this point, you're going to Google me, and if you wanted to follow me, you're going to find it. So, it is.
You don't think you act different on social media than you do in real life?
You think I act different in social media than I do in real life?
Or could someone perceive that? That's the better question.
No, I just think that I have proactively not allowed social media to see all facets of me. But the person that I portrayed myself on social media is genuinely who I am. They may not see me throughout the hours or days or months of my life on a day-to-day basis, but that's my personality.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Cool.
but it's just, I don't know. I just, because I'm not a social media person, I'm not proactive. I wouldn't want, it's not even I wouldn't. I don't think I would care enough to know, to follow my person. I think at that point, then I'll probably want to go see what they doing. And at this point, what am I doing now? What do I need to see that is going to either make me feel better or not make me feel better? And the idea that could be a possibility, what are we doing? But I also believe that I'm comfortable enough with my person to hold my phone, so unlocked, and I don't gotta be in the room. So if they really wanted my social media, be great.
Dope.
Good question, Greg. Because I didn't think about that until like I'm starting to like in this fulfillment process that I'm in, that I didn't consider that.
Amazon
Because
Fulfillment Center.
that is definitely an avenue that I haven't considered or understood, because social media, not, again, like you said, is different platforms, but we also have a podcast. So does that mean that we're also sharing that parts of us as well? Is it just the social media platforms, or is it also,
I said social. That's why I meant to say
yeah,
social
is that
interactions.
podcasting too? So it's just like, I don't know if I always want my person to hear what I'm saying, but at the same time, like, this is who I am. Sorry. So, and I said it, it's recorded. There's nothing that we could do. Literally, like I said, if they Google us, they really could find us. I think that if your person asks and if you do say
Nah,
no,
we could pay somebody to scrub the internet for us.
I do like that, Greg. We could talk about that. All right, so we want to move on to my question,
Every freaking.
because I feel like we actually have a flow. You know, even though Greg didn't choose, but he kind of chose the process. I like it. So my question this evening is: does the relationship with, I don't want to say mother, because I feel like now I'm being subjective, their parents, right? Parents. I'll use mothers for you guys because obviously we had that conversation. So I'm going to reiterate that. I apologize, everyone. So does the relationship with your partner's parents matter if they introduce you to them? And does it matter the time when they introduce you to them? And does it matter how they introduce you as?
It depends on them. Like if you have that strong relationship with your parents, then of course that's going to mean something to you. So, I don't really care when it happens. It just needs to happen. If you see yourself long term with me, it can happen in a year. It can happen in 2 years.
So do you believe that you have to meet the parents in order do you think that your person needs to meet your parents to let them know like you're serious about them?
Yes, but for me that wouldn't be the main reason. I think you learn a lot about somebody through their parents. Just from a psychoanalysis kind of thing, is like if you can see. I think if you are really invested in the person, you're going to want to get to know them. You're going to want to get to know their parents, even if they don't have a relationship with their parents. You're going to figure out why they don't have the relationship with their parents.
And does the relationship with their parents mean something? So like if they have a
Absolutely.
nonchalant relationship with their parents where they don't really hold them as a high regard, is meeting them the same as someone that like I like love my parents, like my parents are like I put them on a pedestal type person? Or is it the idea of just meeting the parents on the same level?
No. Once again, I really do believe that's depending on the person. Like I'll bring it to myself. Like you meeting my parent, my mom, don't care. Like good for you. You met her. Awesome. But because of that, if I know that like you have a strong relationship with your parents, as someone who's always yearned for like that family kind of relationship with a parent, I'm going to like one respect your relationship and understand how this fits in the hierarchy in your life, but also I'm also going to cling to it. Like that's just
You're gonna become that family oriented person.
yeah. So, but someone who knows me, like especially knowing how I grew up, knowing my parents, they're going to understand why I don't believe in, why I don't understand the whole concept of family first. So I think it's really dependent. It's really dependent on
Your background.
the background of the person for sure.
Yeah. What about you, Mr. Rent Money?
I don't think too much into it.
So you think a woman meeting your mom, it shouldn't mean anything to them.
Yeah, which is contrary to these like unwritten rules and shit like that. It's like there's been multiple women who've met my mom.
Well, yeah, like I know, like even friends, like I've met your mom, but
Yeah.
and so the other part of the question is, so since it
No, but I
doesn't
mean
matter,
chicks that I've, like was dealing with like on
so
that
you
type.
like introduced them, like, hey mom, this is my girlfriend.
No, I ain't say that.
That's what I'm.
saying,
And so that was the
hey,
second
mom,
part. The second part of the
this her
question
name.
was, is one thing that if it matters the relationship, the dynamic that you have with your parent when you're meeting your spouse, but does it matter? Does it matter how they're introduced to your parent?
Well, if we wasn't together before meeting my mom, all of a sudden I ain't just gonna make a mistake and call you my girlfriend. It's like
So why is
I'm
she
gonna just
meeting your
call you
mom?
your name, like, cause you just so happen to see my mom. Just depending on
So wait, can I
Yeah.
add something to your question? So have you ever intentionally introduced somebody to your mom?
It was like she was in my car,
Got it.
type of shit, and then
You had to clarify that.
like, oh, like my mom was at the destination, got there, and ma, this whatever. And
I would like to change my answer.
Okay.
It is, yes, it means something. It has to. Because can't think one way and don't think about it for myself. Like I'm so guarded about who I introduce people to. Like bringing you to church or bringing you around my friends. Like there's levels to it. So you meeting you meeting my mom definitely means something because that's going to give you an insight into who I am and how I act and why I act the way I
Okay,
act.
so let me change my answer.
Ah.
No, my answer was based off of the way I used to conduct things.
Okay.
Like how I am right now. Just imagine it like way, way more. Like just like no child. It's just like you're part of my day. You know what I'm saying? So my mom just is right here, like
Yeah.
whatever. But now I will be like way more conscious. And my answer was based off of like
You then, not you now.
times where people who was once.
Yeah. So now you're saying that you would be more cognizant of any woman that you bring around your mother. And what about you? Same
Right.
thing.
Anytime a woman is to meet my mom right now, no, but then I'm saying who knows, like, cause it's like the way my family is like
Excuse me.
we could all be.
But
I would say this: it won't be a time where I'm just out here looking for my mother to like introduce you to her.
Yeah, I believe that.
Cause it's like the way my family is, like we be together. Like you could literally catch us one day. Everybody is driving somewhere together. You know what I'm saying? So it may be inevitable for you to literally meet my grandmoms too. Not to say that I'm out here like looking for them. Like, hey. In fact, I don't ever recall there being a time where I was like, hey, Ma, I need you to meet the one.
Me
And
either.
so that was my next thing, was that obviously there are going to be women that meet your parents that are platonic, and there's going to be women that may meet your parents that are romantic. So I'm not talking about the platonic. Well, the
talking about the
second part.
romantic.
The second
That's
part
the
is
only what
no.
I
I'm
was
actually talking
going
about
to.
both, because the next
Oh.
part is how you introduce them. Because women can meet your parents all the time. Like, this is I'm Gigi. Like, I've met your mom before. I haven't met your mom yet, Greg. But like, it wasn't nothing. Whether it happened when we were younger, back in where we used to work at, to now as adults, is that it was very a familiar space.
Yeah, I don't think a platonic friend will ever meet my mom.
Understood.
Unless, like Mr. Rent Money said, like, you just there and she happens to show up.
Got it.
Like, it's never going to be on some intentional junk. Now, somebody that I'm, like, dating,
Yeah.
that's intentional. It's not intentional in the sense of like, hey, ma, I need you to meet this person. It's, yo, I need you to meet my mom.
Understood.
Like, there's a difference in those two.
So you're saying that, and I just want to clarify with both you guys. At this point in our lives, is that meeting the mother, even despite the dynamic, is definitely setting an expectation, not just for you, but for the person that you're interested in.
Yeah.
So, no, not. I don't know. Like with me,
My
like,
thing is because we're
you shouldn't
saying
for
Romantically.
me, you shouldn't take anything that I do and compare it to like the way shit is supposed to be.
Social norms?
Yeah, no, I understand that, but we also understand where you're at in the places where you're at. But I'm talking about the man that is looking for a woman. I'm the man that is aspiring, that at one point in time is going to maybe even want to be a husband again, maybe want to establish a committed relationship. And are you going to be proactive or want to or care to introduce this woman to your mother? Or it doesn't even matter if she's introduced to your mother?
No, I can't recall there being a time like, or like me like consciously trying to make this a thing. Like, yo, what you doing tomorrow? Hey, Ma, what you doing
Okay,
tomorrow?
no, I didn't think it that way either. I just thought about the idea of, it's okay. I understand. You said you never proactively do it. Even when you were married, you didn't do that either?
The way it happened, it was like you around me. It's like you here, like it's probably who this, like that type of thing. It's
So
not
you got
like,
married and your mom was like, oh, this is who you married to?
no, there has to be before that. You went straight to married. Like I would,
but that's what
to
I'm
me,
trying to-
I
I'm-
would think you would like say like when you first met this woman. Like,
No, I'm because at this point, if you're saying that you don't proactively go and have women meet your mom, when you decided that you were going to get married, you didn't tell your mom. You just told her you was getting married, and then she just showed up.
what are we talking about right now?
We're
You're just
talking about-
meeting a woman and introducing her to. Like you really talking about something that I compartmentalized in my mind. Like what does this have to do with meeting my mom at all? I don't see the connection. Like, you talking about proposals and shit like that. Like,
How does that?
talking about meeting my mom? I thought we talking about like meeting your mom, right?
Yeah.
Right.
When do you think is the time to meet? And that's another part of the question. When is the right time that you think that your spouse or your significant other should meet your parent?
Wouldn't that have already been done though? Like before.
Well, when is that time? When is that time? Whatever you think that would have
It's
been
never
done.
planned.
It's just
Like you
we in the
looking
house.
for, like you
Mom,
looking for.
this is so and so.
There's never been one time like I think like, yo, I'm connecting point A to point B. Point A would be the woman that I'm dealing with, and point B would, no pun intended, be my mom. And now you're meeting. The two of you are meeting each other. It's like,
So when
you were with me throughout the day, and in my day at some point I don't know, drop something off to my mom's house or my grandma's house, and my mom's happened to be there. There's never been a time I could consciously think
and that's
of,
why I keep going back to when you were getting married. So even when you met this woman and you decided that you wanted to marry, when did she meet your mother?
obviously before we got married.
Okay, so give me the time frame. Like that's been the question.
But what I'm saying, so what does that? If it was before we got married, then at what point?
She's asking that because you did get to the point of marriage with this girl. When did you, in the time that you was dating her, when did you decide that she should meet
There
your
was
mom?
no significant
and
time.
You're saying
I've
it
said
just
that.
happened.
You would have married
It
somebody whether she
literally-
would have met your mom or not.
No.
Now you're asking a different
That's a
question.
different question. what I'm saying is, it's never been a time where I've consciously made a plan to say, "Hey, I need you to introduce you to this woman." This woman was with me throughout my routine in my day, and the routine in my day just so happened to include me crossing paths with my mom.
I understand that you're saying that there was nothing planned and it just happened.
Boom,
but what I'm
boom.
saying is that like, so you, and I'm just going to clarify for it so we don't have to sit here, is that anybody can meet your mother. There's no significance in meeting your mother.
No, I clarified that in when Greg gave his answer, that made me say when I initially gave my response saying that I don't care who meets my mom, comes from that response came from a time where
Yes.
I was, and I'm saying
Now
in these times I'm consciously like, yo, you not me and my mom's.
I want to talk to you now, not talk to you before. And I think that's where the disconnect is where, so right now, what is the time in your life that you think, even if you're not in a space, what is the time where you believe that you're comfortable enough where this person, whether it's out of near randomness or being proactive, that you're comfortable enough for them to meet your mother?
I don't know.
Okay. I respect that answer. I can't do nothing with that. But do you understand what I'm trying to say? Is that I'm not talking to past that doesn't understand what the significance of meeting the parent is. I'm talking to the man now that I'm not just bringing anybody around my mom. And when I do, what does that mean to that person, and what does that mean to you?
But my reasons of not wanting to bring them around my mom is maybe not
What
you
are they?
may be
Give me two. Give me two reasons.
It's just because I know my mom's, and I know like I just know my mom's. That's really all I say.
Okay, you just know
like,
your mom.
I just know my mom's. So like, I'm just not going. If I'm solid on it, like this is just what it is. You know what I'm saying? No matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, no matter how I slice it, I'm not just going to, like, that's energy. Like, cause now you're talking about conversations after this young lady is no longer around. Now I have to continue conversation about this young lady. Mom's asking questions.
Yes.
And talking.
Yes, because now
and
she
I
knows
don't
the
even
name.
want you even know nothing about my business anyway.
Exactly.
So like, yeah, that's my reason. It's not like what you saying.
But that's what
like,
I think. That's what moms do anyway.
nah,
Once they have a
but when you
name, they
talking
lock
about,
in.
Like, when it's like my mom, I bring you around my mom. Like, I love my mother so much. Of course, I love my mother. But my reasoning for not bringing a woman around my mom is not because it's like, you know, the way, the normal way people have it within, I guess, within society, their reasoning, the normal reason why people wouldn't bring their significant other around.
But we're not talking about why you wouldn't.
mom.
I'm talking about the day that you would.
And I said,
you would never do it.
I don't know. I said, I
accepted that answer, and then you started going in.
Because I wanted to give you
some more.
something more based off of something that you said. So I was like, I'll just.
I understand. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like a double-edged sword, because I think that just like you said, Mr. Rent Money, or even you, Greg, it really depends on the relationship that you have with your parent. Because if you don't hold your parent to a high regard, meeting them doesn't mean anything. Or the idea that your parent and your relationship is so used to you having a revolving door around people that meeting people means nothing. But I've actually been in situations where it was kind of bittersweet thing where I've been introduced to a parent and been told like I'm like the love of their life, and then they go leave and get somebody pregnant, you'll get married. But then I can also meet somebody that can tell me that I could be a friend, and then I can be more. So it's I think that the idea of like meeting the parent and what is the intentions is really what it is. Because I feel like a man can bring anybody to their parent if they choose to. I think it's what their intent is when they're bringing it over, what they're introducing you as. Even the idea of, and I took into consideration that when you do have a relationship such as yours with your mom is that when you do bring up someone, you understand that your mom now has locked in on a person. Now every time you have a conversation is, Ms. Rent Money, how was your day? Did you eat today? And how is so and so? Did you talk to so and so? When's the next time you're gonna see so and so? That has the idea that you have. But I think that's just a parent dynamic in itself. And knowing that and knowing your parent, you've taken the proactive and conscious decision to not bring people who you don't want to hear about so and so. And so I respect that person that is proactive when they have a great relationship with their mom and they want to introduce you to a part of their lives where you may have not been privy to. Like Greg said, I'm now seeing a different part of him. I'm now being able to see not only his relationship with his mother, but how he is with his mother, how his mother is with him, how that may or may not affect our relationship, or has it affect our relationships, understanding the dynamic that he has with his mother. So I'm a little, I'm indifferent to this situation because I really think it depends on the relationship dynamic with, and also how you grew up. Like as a woman and even just as having a Caribbean background, I don't bring everybody around my family. My family understands that I have males that are friends and I've definitely introduced them. But any male on a romantic level, if I'm not serious with this person and this person has not been serious with me and we just bumping and grinding, my parents will never know who they are. They don't need to. But if that person has established that we are investing in each other, for me, and I am now proactively introducing you to my mom, and not only my mom, my dad, which is my heart, that's a whole different level for me because like your mom, now my dad is locked in for the next 10 years. I could be with somebody else, but he know that name and he just gonna keep asking me and asking me and asking me about a person. So I'm also cognizant of when I do bring someone around my parents that this is either someone that I know that it's either gonna be long term, or I understand that this is someone that I want to actually get to know more about me. And I think it does. I don't think it matters if it's a friend or a girlfriend, because I think that depending on where you are in your relationship and how comfortable that you are, I think you hold the same regard to the relationship dynamic. I think that being open and honest, especially when you have a good relationship with your mother and they, or parents, and they know you, you don't have to fake a funk in front of somebody. They know you and the person knows you, and like it kind of becomes more comfortable than awkward when you're meeting the parents. That's how I saw it. Gigi. Ah, that was good. I had a moment with that. But yeah, always telling your parents don't mean nothing, or it can mean everything. But I really think it's subjective and depends on the person that's introducing you to the person, because you don't know what their background is or what it means to them for even you to meet their parent. Do you guys have anything else to share on that?
Is that a conversation you have beforehand?
No, because I think that there's situations just like Mr. Rent Money says where you may not even know that it's happening and then it happens. And you're
No,
like,
I'm saying for you.
What do you mean?
Would you want to know beforehand what this means?
I think in my fantasy world, yes. Of course, I want to know everything. But I also realize that if I've decided to make steps with someone where we have decided that we want to get to know each other, and the idea that we've known each other for so long, that these are things that are probably going to be expected to happen. Does that mean that we're going to be together tomorrow? Maybe, maybe not. But this also means that even if we don't be together, you value whatever we have, that I'm important enough for me to be introduced to not only just your friends, but the one woman in your life that you actually like kind of hold to a high regard, that will ask all the time about me. And it felt nice. It felt nice. Like I said, I could be told to a mother that I was the love of someone's life, and at the same time be out here just nutting and bitches. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It happens. Ba-da-ba-bam. I want everybody to be great.
Do you?
I do.
Cool.
Sometimes the nut is worth it. It changes lives for the better. It definitely did for me.
All right. If you have made it to the end of the show, welcome to New Dialogue. New Dialogue is time of the show where we talk about something real quick about that we see this week. Real quick about something that Ebonics. Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, something that we found interesting this week that we want to have a little conversation about. Who would like to start us off with
Jay-Z's verse on that God Did song.
Hove did.
I would say it definitely must have been something that spoke to the people who are within the circle of Jay-Z. So it may have hit. It obviously hit them differently because of the truths he was speaking.
Yeah.
They were there, we weren't. But I don't think that verse by far is anywhere near the best I've heard. I will say it's one of the most fulfilling in as far as duration.
I like how you brought that all together. Put a bow on it.
I wasn't even on that mindset when you were talking about the fulfill. But
That was actually your
as
question.
far as duration goes, like he was rapping for a good solid 4 minutes.
Yeah.
In 2022, that's like unheard of. No one does a 4-minute song,
Just rapping, like no
alone,
choruses. Yeah.
let alone having a
When's the last time we did it?
no. I want to be clear about this. People don't do it not to say that they can't. It's the reason why is because no one wants to sit there and just listen to
They need a
bunch
break.
of-
Give me a hook.
You mad because your tags ain't even work on that shit though, boy. You probably try to press that shit.
You saw me sit here straight up the entire time. Not
Straight
trying to
up.
press nothing.
I thought you did just now when you said some damn
He
Eminem.
did not. He didn't. No.
Can I
I
tell you
agree.
what bothers me about Jay-Z's verse?
What?
You could, I literally have a full conversation about what that verse did nothing for me.
First off, it was a good verse.
God
it's Hov.
did.
We get it.
Hove did.
We gonna sit here and crucify Kanye West for comparing himself to Jesus, but Kendrick Lamar could go on tour with thorns on his head, and Jay-Z could say, "God did no. Hove did," and that's okay.
He's been making references like
As Hove for a
that
very, very long
for
time.
the longest.
And cool.
Jesus has. It went from yay, Jesus,
So, but what Kanye does it is a problem. But like I said, Kendrick Lamar can walk around with thorns on
But
his
when you
head
say it's a
as
problem, give me
crown.
an example of what it is as a problem.
Niggas literally bashed Kanye West for the song "I Am a God."
Hov he's definitely bashed.
By who? All you hear
Definitely
is
bashed.
praise. Hove did.
Yeah, I also
Oh
thought
snap!
that.
He said he created a whole new Bible.
It's
a whole new
people.
book
It's
of the
people
Bible.
who don't like
It's
Kanye
chapters,
West.
nigga.
Kanye West calling himself Jesus. It's people who don't like Jay-Z calling himself.
I've not come
Hove.
across those people. I'm not saying that you're wrong.
I just think that his algorithms is trash. That's just where I'm at.
You seen people clown Jay-Z for calling himself?
No.
Oh, okay, yeah. You think your algorithms are trash? No.
I still think yeah.
No one has.
Even when I sent you guys the link,
There's no way you can say
MSNBC.
no one.
No, I'm saying you're probably right. I'm not even probably. I'm definitely sure that you're right. I think the masses, though, as soon as that junk said God did, Hove did, I said, you gotta be kidding me. He literally. And Kendrick Lamar is walking around with thorns on his head. Just put it out there, too. And bleeding on tour with the thorns coming from his forehead, like Jesus did.
You know what the funny thing about that? Because with the Kendrick Lamar wearing thorns on his head, it's like America is more easy. It sits better with America with seeing a white man with thorns in his head bleeding. It's not as like Kendrick Lamar doing is like, oh, this nigga think he Jesus or something. But then when you clearly see false imagery of Jesus with a white guy with a white guy with thorns. That's when you think about it, it's almost like you making like a mockery or something. Like, but it's just because it's in American culture so much. You know, it's just regular. But then, like you're saying, you brought Kendrick Lamar up as an example, but we see this like, you know, false representation of Jesus all of our time for generations to come. Our mothers saw this same exact joint. It wasn't like unsettling, but why is it unsettling?
And just to be clear, I understand what Kendrick is doing with the thorns. He's saying he's a sacrifice, like how Jesus sacrificed himself for humanity. If you believe that as a Christian, he's believing he's sacrificing himself by making the kind of music that he's making that is just different in hip hop. So I get it. He's just comparing the sacrifice, the sacrificial aspects of Jesus to what he's doing. And I get that. My whole thing is Kanye did the same thing and people crucified him. Talk about how dare you compare yourself to Jesus or compare yourself to a God.
Crucify. Pun.
I don't get it.
Compare yourself to Jesus, crucified him.
Oh, there's pun in it.
There's one.
Where?
They crucified
Jesus was crucified. You crucified him for that. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed.
It's
Greg.
okay.
Usually you
It's
catch
been
the
over.
puns.
We're getting to that point in time of the episode when it's time to go home.
One of my followers said Jay-Z do too.
That's Jay-Z do what?
Remember you said you never met somebody who like points out that Jay-Z calls himself
Oh.
And what I'm saying, one of my followers right here, she just...
No, I know people do it. I'm just saying, the world, like, let me stop. Oh, I hate sometimes talking on this pod. I'm saying, the masses, you more heard people say Kanye is bugging for saying that he's, for comparing himself to Jesus, more than when you heard Jay-Z compare himself to God. People who say, wow, Jay-Z's bugging. No, they say great verse before they say, wow, he's bugging.
Because he doesn't compare himself to God. He sees himself as a god. So it's not even comparison. Like, just think about in Greek mythology, like there were different gods, right?
Absolutely.
So it's different when you are calling yourself, because Hov is not like one god. It's a god.
And I understand that.
With
on Jesus, Kanye has a song, I Am a God.
Okay.
And he was crucified for it.
Okay, how did it go? Because maybe I didn't.
I am a God.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't get any more clear than
because
that.
Eminem did Rap God, so I don't understand.
Rap God is complete. He's not saying he's Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Kanye, I am a God.
Why can't you say that?
Because we live in a world where
he didn't say that he is God. He said that he is a God.
Fair.
Okay.
You're first off, you're arguing with me.
Okay, you're saying is that there are two people that do the same thing and they have different responses.
Yes.
It's the influence and the people that are around them that are able to even say these things. Jay-Z has held himself to a high regard, and Kanye unfortunately has let us know that he's willing to just really argue with no one just to prove a point.
I just think it's hypocritical.
Well, that's society in itself. What's your new dialogue, Greg?
I watched the VMAs.
I didn't. How was it?
It was alright. I walked away with two things. They gave Nicki the Video Vanguard Award.
I heard of that, yeah.
And she bodied her performance.
I like that.
And I don't care what, that performance really showed me Nicki is a GOAT. Everyone knew every last song she performed. And she performed that new Super Freak joint. And everyone knew every word to that shit.
I love that. Or they
that
played
song
in the
is
background.
ass.
I just had 10 people sing it and then
no,
sound like it.
they you know how they
just kidding.
They pan to the audience and they they always show the one white person going real hard. They was going hard.
The words.
Yes.
Shout outs to you, Nicki.
So shout outs to Nicki. Nicki is a GOAT.
The
I don't care what nobody
legend,
say
icon.
anymore. It's over for that. But Eminem and Snoop Dogg performed it. It had to be one of the worst performances of ever.
Wow, what was bad about it?
Because they performed in the metaverse. That shit was dumb. Completely
or was
stupid.
it dumb? It's dumb because so think about this. I'm gonna give you, Greg, this would have been great. This would have been a great topic for conspiracy theory. The idea that they have now tapped into two markets: the media, where you're able to see me at home, and the metaverse as well. And they have been trying to build, aka AIs, in the metaverse, and people such as Travis Scott have already built platforms that have concerts on the metaverse. And so now we are slowly seeing that the mainstream media is now aware that the metaverse is also a lucrative place to make money. They are now in the beginning. This is like buying Bitcoin in the beginning, is now already establishing your brand and your likeness in this metaverse, where now people are gonna just start paying just because you're in
like
there.
When he brought out the Tupac hologram.
Yeah, but now it's in the metaverse and you could talk to Tupac.
And I'm just saying, like, no, and I think, no, not even think. People killed MTV for that. Because it was like, that was their performance live at the
in the metaverse.
VMAs.
They tried to
and
test
like
the
the
theory.
last 15 seconds they came out on stage.
Yeah.
People were pissed.
I believe that. But it has to test the theory. Like, remember, with us is that the only way that we're going to know what's acceptable is if we, like, slowly start to consume this idea of the metaverse theory. The idea that we're able to see these people that are not here that are here. Same thing with the holograms. They've already tried to kind of prep us with our minds to see what we're accepting and what we're not accepting. Absolutely. But again, it's all about the idea that they've been able to tap into two markets. Now, the people that are in that at the VMAs, that was trash. Why am I watching them on screen?
But people watching on screen.
But even watching
it
on screen,
bad.
It was bad. But guess what? If you were tapped into the metaverse, you would probably feel like you was right there.
I think even if you had the Oculus on, you did not think that was good.
I don't know.
You could not.
You can't say that because you didn't.
Because there's people that like even watch like basketball games. Like you're able to now like go on the Oculus and you can have a seat and you can be watching an actual game.
Ice gave a feedback on that on Summer Jam. He did Summer Jam on the Oculus.
But that was still like it was the live people. Like his whole thing was like going to like the NBA does. It's like you put on the Oculus and you're sitting courtside at the game and you just watch the game like if you was there. Like that's dope. If you like that kind of stuff. What M and Snoop Dogg did, it was all animation. It was like that stupid monkey shit that NFT that they both got, and that was the performance the entire time with mad different. It looked bad.
But the
thing animation was bad.
No, this is a man. This
but
is
all of it was just not
this
good.
is a visuals guy. You gotta listen to what he's saying.
You're on the outside looking in because you don't have one of those things like those avatar things with. Within the metaverse, like what I mean, looking at your avatar body and looking at Snoop Dogg and Eminem, whether they are in a different avatar or not. I feel like it would be a different experience if you are submerged.
I agree with you, but this is
the Oculus.
I agree with you, because that's what I was trying to explain to Greg. But what I think Greg is trying to explain to us is that although that person may have the greatest experience, what they're promoting isn't. Like the person at home is not having a great visual time with them. The person that's in the audience is not having a great time watching them. So the only person that's probably taking advantage of this, which they probably put a high bag. They had to pay money. I know they definitely had to pay money to make this exclusive.
I wonder if it was in VR. That was never clear.
Because that would be the only reason why they would be in the metaverse at this point.
I can't.
No,
maybe it was.
If they was in metaverse, there was.
It was a metaverse performance.
So that's what I'm saying.
No one ever said if it was actually in the VR.
If it was
it's a metaverse, yes.
Whoever was there, they felt like they were there. Like they had the joints on. They felt like just
they
like how you said,
Ice
was front row. They was definitely somewhere in that.
My thing is, as a
metaverse room, whatever.
Just speaking as an Eminem fan, imagine Jay-Z did that, right? You would not have liked that. Even if you could put the VR on and watch Jay-Z perform as a monkey, no. You would be like, what the fuck is this?
Well, for starters, there's no way I'm going to be in anything with monkeys in general. But for the people who that's their thing, that's for
Let's say
was
Jay-Z's
for them.
performing as a lion.
No, Come on, Greg.
No, cause
No.
you're trying to you're trying to make it so literal.
Monkeys,
I'm saying
I
understand what you're saying because
I
get
you're
it.
hanging on
I get
to-
what Greg is
I don't
saying.
care. I don't care about whether it's a character, this or that. Whether if metaverse is your thing, if you are subscribing to be in the metaverse, literally the thing that we know it, Facebook, which is the #1 application in the world, is being renamed to Meta. What I'm saying is there's obviously a push to make this the thing. So why not put
Let me make it make sense for
celebs
you
on
because
there?
you're not wrong because I'm with you now. But now I'm also hearing what Greg is saying is that this is you going into the metaverse and saying that you're going to see Drake and you see a cat. And the cat is going crazy saying, girl, you are my everything. You all I ever wanted.
No,
and you
but
realize
for the ones who knew, they knew because I
But-
did.
but
That's
that's
not.
what-
It wasn't misleading.
But
I
that's
did
what
see the title.
But that's
It said
what
the
Greg is saying is that like you're not seeing Snoop Dogg, you're not seeing Eminem in this
They were back and
animation.
forth.
You're seeing
They told you. They advertised the name of both of their.
I didn't know that.
Their joints. I saw it.
They did not. They said Eminem and Snoop Dogg is going to perform at the VMAs. Never said how it was happening.
Whatever you saw, maybe that was the case, but I definitely saw a headline saying the name of both of their
After it
joints and
happened.
let you know.
After it happened. No one in their mama
I didn't think I
thought.
didn't even
Everyone thought Eminem
How would someone
was in
who is right now in the metaverse, who's in them? I'm not talking about someone who's not in the. There right now, there are people who are in the metaverse every single day.
We might be.
That's their shit.
For sure.
What I'm saying is there's a different type of information being given to them because they're in the met. We're only getting the after effect after
sure.
it already happened.
I understand that.
So if you're in the metaverse and all you seeing is avatars, you're not seeing the people as you know. I'm not seeing.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying what MTV promoted is not that they was going to be performing in the metaverse.
But what I'm saying is that's not the main form of getting that information out there to the people who are within the know of the metaverse. That's more so the people. You getting that information from MTV and thinking like this is the debut of the shit. People who are within the metaverse and like every day seeing shit, looking at concerts, consuming shit every day on the metaverse. I'm positive they knew what to expect.
Do you think that advertising to the metaverse is more important than advertising to the real world right now?
No, but there's a transition. There has to be a point where there needs to be like.
I don't disagree. With you. My thing is, and you could be right. Maybe the people in the metaverse knew that was going to happen. The people in the real world did not. And that's my whole thing. They promoted Eminem and Snoop Dogg performing at the VMAs. Now, if that was me and I bought tickets to go to Newark because I knew
The
Eminem
tickets
was
were free.
performing, for real,
Yeah.
I would have been fucking pissed.
But they were free.
I don't care if it was free or not.
Got it.
You could have left though. Like at
Yeah.
that moment, you could have just said,
I would have. I definitely would have.
"I don't want this
Like,
free ass."
I came here to see.
And you would have been
Eminem.
mad to realize that they walked out at the
like
end.
the very end. That's some bullshit.
You'd be like, I left. I'm like, they came out, right?
That is some complete bullshit. But yeah, the VMAs is alright.
It's good. Anything else for your new dialogue, Greg?
No, that's it.
Okay. So for my new dialogue, I'm actually wearing a shirt made by our guy Baylor. The shirt is called. Well, it's not called. It's I don't know, man. It's art. Shout outs to Jelly. That's actually my two favorite people. So Baylor actually made this shirt for me, and the saying in itself is from my girl Jelly from the lunch break. And the picture was made from Baylor. So that's the shirt that I have on today. So shout outs to you, Baylor, and your creatives. He has like hoodies, shirts, socks, Hoochie Daddy shorts. He outside, y'all. So if y'all want that merch, look for him at BTG for President. Baylorism on Twitter. He's definitely dope. If you guys like my shirt.
Baylor.
Bang, 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 bang.
Oh, shout out to Shan. She ain't be pie.
Hey. I think the only thing else I have left in regards to my new dialogue is there's always going to be a moment where you may not be your best, but you were always good at something. So focus on what you're good at and not what you're best at. And you're probably going to be best at it.
Like that.
I think that sometimes we second guess ourselves. And something I want to say to you, Mr. Rent Money, that you were very inspirational where when it came to Rent Money Mondays and you dropping your songs and realizing that you had all this catalog of great content and music that the masses haven't had the opportunity to hear, that you took the initiative to be proactive and putting that information out to the world, and you monetized no matter how much it was just for doing that. And with that being said, that's given me my inspiration in my lanes that I'm trying to be in, and understanding that even if I don't think it's my perfect, I know that all I'm doing is providing the journey of my perfection. So shout outs to you and shout outs to y'all. It's been a great visual pod. I'm so happy that this is the end of the pod. I'm ready to go home, ready to woosah. And you, words, friends, family, coworkers, loved ones, thank you so much for making it this far in this episode. This has been another visual episode with just a conversation with Greg, Mr. Rent Money, and Gigi. And I hope you enjoy spending time with us, talking to you, listening to us. And Greg, can you let them know how they can find you and how they can find us?
Sure, you could socially interact with me on social media. At Greg Nelson 26
Burn.
on Instagram and Twitter, or follow the pod at @JustAConvo_pod. We be talking back.
@Convo_pod. @Convo_pod. I like that, Greg. @Convo_pod. Mr. Rent Money.
Hey, look. You got your phone in your hand right now. I know you do. Don't try to put it down. It's in the right place. It's right where it needs to be. I need you to pick up your phone. You pick your phones up and Google me. Google Mr. Rent Money right now. I know you probably think I'm bullshit, and I know you probably thinking like, who is this? He's a nobody. I never heard of him. But I guarantee you, if you go to Google right now and type in Mr. Rent Money, all of my information is going to pull up.
Yo, he ain't
You
lying.
can follow me anywhere, everywhere. You can follow the podcast. You could listen to the podcast. It's a real easy way for you to listen to the podcast if you want to stream some of these episodes. Yeah, Google Mr. Rent Money. You can put the dot or not. Ooh, I like that. I'm about to say that every week. It's a wrap.
I like it. I hear it. I know it. You're going to do that. We're here. All right. Awesome. Friends, family, loved ones, coworkers, first and last time listeners, you can find me on Twitter at GCarly7, and that's GQARLY and the number 7. So, my amazing individuals, if no one told you today, if you needed to be reminded today, if you knew that you woke up this morning, got your ass buzzed, and it was amazing today.
What's happened?
Shout outs to Morning Sex. I want you, your individuals, your life to continue to go be great. Gigi.